Duty without love is deplorable. Duty with love is desirable, but love without duty is divine. We all have got to do some duty in this world. Nobody can say I have nothing to do. Everybody is born with dharma, as I mentioned last time, swadharma, and that translates into karma, whatever action they undertake. But the attitude which they undertake is important. The attitude that guides the action is more important than the action itself. So, one is you do your duty, drag yourself to the work or a school or college or anywhere. Just because you have to execute it, you have to do it. You have no joy of doing it, you don't love it, you don't want to do it, but you do it out of pressures of survival. That is duty without love. We see plenty of people doing things which they don't like to do, but they need a salary at the end of the day, they need to eat and survive. Nevertheless, they go on doing. But they are not happy doing what they're doing. The second category of people are duty with love. They are doing what they like doing. They do it with love, they do it with all their might, with all their motivation and interest. Every day they wake up looking forward to doing what they have got to do. They do it joyfully. That is duty with love. But there is greater than that, which is love without duty, where you born to just love people. You are born to express love. You wake up to express your love for everyone, and duty happens in the process. You don't wake up to think that I have got a work to do, which I love or which I do not love. That is not a question at all. You just wake up because you want to express your joy, your love to everyone. In the process, you do what you have got to do, be a doctor, a teacher, a gardener, a singer, a speaker, anybody. All that happens because it is just the expression of the love that you have for everyone. But that kind of attitude is the highest attitude. There is a story of stone sculptors chiseling away some pieces of stones. The first one was asked, "What are you doing?" He said, "I am doing my job. This is what I have got to do. If I do this, I will eat today. If I don't do this, I will have nothing to eat." All right. The second person was asked, "What are you doing?" He said, "I love sculpting. I am a sculptor and I am sculpting this stone. This gives me joy, and that is why I am doing what I am doing." "Oh, will you not get money for it?" "Of course, I will get money for whatever I do. But I am not doing it for money. I am doing it for the joy of doing it. I love sculpting. This is my art." Fine. The third person was asked, "What are you doing?" He said, "I am building a temple of God. I am offering this as my service to God." So, is he not a sculptor? He is also a sculptor. He is also equally adept in his art and loves doing what he is doing. Is he not going to be paid for it? Yes, he will be paid for it. This is also his livelihood, like the first person. But though it is his livelihood, though he is a sculptor doing it for joy of it, his attitude towards that doing is much higher than the other two. Because he thinks he is doing it as an offering to the divine. He is making the temple of God and not just doing sculpting or not just earning a living. Same work, but the attitude makes all the difference. And that is why they say attitude decides your altitude. How high you go in your life depends on your attitude. And the best attitude that one can have is that of gratitude. I always say, gratitude is the best attitude in life. Gratitude for all that is done to us by known and unknown people, whether we ask for it, we don't ask for it. Whatever comes to us by ways of so many people's love, help, sacrifice, compassion, kindness, generosity, support, all that is the reason why we are what we are today. So whenever we stand on many shoulders, unknown shoulders of so many people. Now think of a policeman who is managing the traffic so that you could travel and come on time. Or think of an electrician who is sitting somewhere watching over the generators and the electricity so that the program goes on well. Think of a cleaner or a hygiene worker who is ensuring that the streets are clean, the waste bins are clean, everything is clean and hygienic around you. Think of the cook who starts cooking even before dawn to make sure your breakfast is available to you right on time so that you can go and doing what you have got to do for the day. Think of the dhobies, the washermen, whoever keeps your clothes clean and delivers it on time. Think of all the people, the teachers, the doctors, the engineers, the workers, the laborers, the gatekeepers, gardeners, everybody contributes to your living today. You may not see them, you may not totally appreciate that. But the truth of all truths is that there are so many people who are working. Yes, you may say they are working because they are being paid. I am paying them, so they are working for me. Even that attitude is wrong. The worker may also think I am being paid, so I am working. Even his attitude is wrong. The right attitude is I am doing it as an offering to the divine to express my love for everybody around me. If I can be of use to somebody today through my skills, knowledge, and whatever abilities I have, I think I will find fulfillment today. Whether I'll be paid for it? Yes, of course. Whether I'll be able to express my talents and skills? Yes, of course. But more importantly, I'm able to improve the lives of everybody around me, and that is the true joy for which I work. That is the duty what I have to do with not love, but love without duty is what we are here to do. And I was walking around, the school students are there. All of them, Swami, we love you, Swami, we love you, like that. I told them, that's very easy to love me because I give you everything, I take care of you like a mother takes care of the kids. So it's natural to love somebody who does so much for us. But that's not the test of your true education. I told them, love all, love everyone, then you are truly a devotee, truly a student. Loving me is no big deal, it's very easy. The easiest thing to do is to love me back for all the love that you receive. But the difficult thing is to love everybody around us, and that is the test of your true spirituality. So our education system should teach us to love, not do duty. To love. Duty will happen in the process. How can we apply this? You are a student, you have to study. Why are you studying? I'm studying to get good marks, that's fine. To gain knowledge, that's fine. To get a rank, all right. But beyond that, no, tomorrow I'll get a good employment and a good salary and a good income and I'll settle down well in life. All right. Beyond that, I'll be able to serve people. I'll be able to treat patients. I'll be able to teach students. I'll be able to build buildings for people's use. And that is my expression of education. Will you earn money? Yes, it will be a part of it. If you're doing a good job, you will be paid for it. There's no doubt about it. But for that sake, you should do it? No. Will you be able to express the joy of your talent, skills, and everything? Will you become popular, famous? People will appreciate you? Of course, yes. If you are good at it, people will appreciate you. But should you do it for only that sake? No. What is your education is all for? So that I am of use to somebody somewhere in my life. Especially those who cannot look after themselves, help themselves. If I can go and do something for them, who cannot pay me back for what I do for them, then my work is truly love expressing itself. Khalil Gibran says, all work is love made visible. So all the work that we do should be expression of our love, should be the making our love visible, tangible, experienceable by all. With this attitude, when we work in life, we will always find joy. Those who limit themselves to just thinking that, okay, I work these many hours, how much money am I going to get? Another 10 minutes, I am not going to spend because I am not going to get paid for it. Such attitude is not at all good. Because he may or she may think of professional whatever costs and expenses, but beyond that, there might be a person who needs his attention more than just professional things. And that will come only when you have gratitude. So why all this has been set up? So that we create a sense of gratitude in everyone. Somebody was telling me, why do you have to not charge a few patients? Why do you not charge? I said, for me, it is not about work. It's not about money. It's not about earning or not earning. It's about expressing love. And I don't know what price we can put to love. What price, you tell me? What is the cost of love? Can you tell me your mother's love costs you this much? Your father's love costs you this much? If somebody puts a price tag to it, then obviously they are not being good father or mother or friend or brother or sister, because they are putting a price tag to everything. So price tags cannot be the expression of love. That is why we want to ensure that when we express love, we express it wholeheartedly, fully. We don't count and calculate. We don't make a business out of love. So this is the idea that do everything for the love of it, do it joyfully, and do it as a best expression of everything that you have which you can offer to the society. When you do this, all the work becomes divine. Karma becomes karma yoga. Nothing more needs to be done. So this is the beauty of our scriptures who tell us about to do nishkama karma. Why? Because for the sake of getting something out of it, when you do, it binds you. Karmani bandhini manushya loke. Actions bind us to the world. But when we do love, love does not bind us. Love frees us. And love expressing as any of the actions is perfectly okay, no problem. That's why when teachers tell me, some people tell me, when students are sometimes very naughty and they're mischievous, and we just can't get to love them. They make it so difficult to love them. It's impossible. What do I do then? Then I tell them, look back at your life. You were also a student at some point in time. How were you? Did you make a mistake? You did not make a mistake. Maybe you were not as notorious, as naughty as this boy or girl, but you also have had your faults and follies. You were forgiven, you were accepted, you were allowed to continue, you were allowed to grow. That is why you are here today. So think from their point of view and try to still love. But should we then scold them, punish them? I said, if it's a part of your duty, you do it. We have a Swanushasanam in the hostel. There is a board which says, this is the punishment for this mistake. Nobody tells you to, nobody comes and punishes you. You make a mistake, you come 5 minutes late to the prayer, you go look at the board. For 5 minutes coming late to the prayer, this is the Swanushasana, means some kind of a prayashchita. What is that? You will stand there and serve the food today. You will eat last. Something, some activity which students only have designed for themselves by their own consultation. This is a consensus. Teachers did not say, this is the punishment. You design for yourself, what is the way you want to self-discipline yourself. So they go and see the board, they know this is the mistake, this is the punishment which I have to take upon myself, self-punishment. Nobody comes and scolds and beats you. You have to take it upon yourself to correct yourself. So they asked me, when you scold or punish, are you loving? Is that not a hating? Or I don't know. I do not do it out of hatred. I do it out of my concern to correct them. Correct them, but to draw their attention to this fault of theirs and to correct them, saying, this is where you're going wrong. It's not good for your future. If he's not willing to listen, then I have to raise the decibels. Then we have their attention. Otherwise, they won't listen. Children, or even elders are like that. So, but is it done out of love or is it done out of hatred and enmity? That is the question you have to ask at the end. Bottom line is whether it is done out of love for and concern for them, or done out of hatred, enmity, personal vengeance, vendetta, or whatever your negative emotions are guiding. If negative emotions are not there, it's correct. If there are negative emotions, then even if you do a puja to God with selfishness, that what will I get out of it? If I do this puja, I will get this in return. Even that puja is a waste. Because it's done with an attitude of seeking and getting something in return. Not with the gratitude of going to God and saying, God, I know you do so many things for me. Some I know, some I don't even know. You don't even tell me what you do for me. You quietly, silently do for me because it's not in your nature to tell us. But I should be mindful. I should be careful to offer my gratitude every now and then, because I know a lot of things are being done for me because of you. That attitude will take you up in life, as I said, altitude. This attitude of gratitude is very important. What concerns me only is that when people do not understand the value of things and they do not develop gratitude, they think they're entitled to something like this because they are intelligent, or because somehow they're very talented, they are needed here, somehow they have a value which nowhere else, we don't have another person to replace. These kind of foolish ideas we should not entertain here, that's all I'm saying. Nobody is indispensable in God's plan. Nobody. Make yourself humble, make yourself a person of gratitude, and make sure that every day you are expressing love through all that you do. Keeping your place clean, it's out of love, not out of some discipline. Why you should do it clean? Because this all has been given to you. You should use it well, and it is your duty to protect it, preserve it, keep it nice. That is part of your love, which comes out of the gratitude that you have in your heart. So why would you damage or destroy or misuse or abuse anything? Because everything has been given out of love. And you also have that gratitude for the love that you have received. So this is a basic thing in life. Unfortunately, what happens is that in many countries I travel, I see people have a lot of attitude but not gratitude. They think, we are paying taxes, everything should be given to us. And if it's not given, they are very angry. Yes, of course, everything should be given according to the rules and laws and things like that. That's a part of the process. Somebody has to do it. But deep down, many of the youngsters I see, especially in the older generation, which has seen struggles in life, they are still okay. But the younger generation, which is born with a silver spoon, as they say, they think everything comes from the sky, falls from the sky. And they are the ones who do develop some kind of an attitude and entitlement kind of a thing. It's to be done for us. That's it. We deserve it. We are entitled to it. We are the superior race or whatever. we are the superheroes. So this attitude should not come into. Cristiano Ronaldo, the footballer, I just read a small piece of the article. Cristiano Ronaldo, I believe, was come from a very poor background, very poor family, struggled his way through his life. His mother looked after whatever he did. Today he's whatever billionaire or whatever, super famous. But he was telling that I do not allow this attitude to get inside my children, that they are all privileged and everything comes to them just like that. So he took his son, who is also, I think, budding footballer now, took him to his old house where he stayed in one small room where four of them stayed or whatever. And he told, son, this is where I lived when I was your age. This is where I started my career from. And the son told in return, he said, I can't believe that you lived here. I just can't believe, because he couldn't even comprehend what the father was saying, because they live in luxurious mansion and travel in private jets, and they are famous everywhere. They have everything at their disposal. They don't need to worry about anything. But the father made sure that he takes the son and shows, you should be aware of, you should be conscious of that our roots are here. This is where we come from. Today we maybe have made it big, but it has a history and we belong there. This he wanted to ensure that son does not develop this attitude of privileged living. He has that humility, sensitivity, and also compassion and sympathies for all those who live that way and can do something for them. So that was, I appreciated the idea that he wanted to go and show that. Similarly, I had seen the long back when the father is now a big businessman, a rich man, but he has a secret trunk, which nobody knows what he has in it. So all the sons and daughter-in-laws are always eyeing when this man is going to kick the bucket and when can we open the trunk. So they're waiting and waiting. But this man has, he lives a very simple life, but he has made it big since sons are educated, everybody's living in big mansions. But they all think that he has hidden some wealth in his trunk, which he never tells anybody. That's his real treasure, beyond all the companies and assets and finances. So I believe at some point in time, they go and confront him when he's very sick, saying that, what is that you're hiding from us for all these days? Why have you not revealed to us, why you're hiding this wealth, for whose sake? And then finally he understands that these people are troubled by the idea that I'm hiding something from them, which is very precious and valuable, and I don't want to give it to them. They're kind of anxious. So he finally opens the trunk, and what is there in that? A shovel and something that we trough-like thing which we carry mud and gravel in. And he says, this is how I started my career. This is my first set of tools with which I have built my life. And this is my greatest treasure. And that's why I keep it with me always. I never want to forget that these are my roots. This is the value system that one must have. Must not forget what our roots are. So when we get all the privileges, we must know that there are some people behind somewhere working quietly for the sake of you. As I said, not even the people who contribute, but even a simple thing like a cook who wakes up before you to start the kitchen fire and then start cooking for you, so that by the time you finish your sports and have a shower, your piping hot breakfast is ready, fresh every day. No stale breakfast, no repetitive menus. This is what they do for you first thing in the morning. So also the electrician ensures hot water is running, there's no damage to the system. So also somebody who takes care of the cleaning of the campus, your clothes, your everything. Somebody is doing this for you, whether you know it or not, whether you pay for it or not, somebody is doing. And we have to have gratitude for all of them. Unless we have gratitude, we will not grow in life. We will never evolve into better human beings. That gratitude is the one central core value that you can develop in this institution. I would say it's gratitude. From gratitude springs all kinds of good values. It is the very seed from which everything else sprouts. So develop a lot of gratitude, and this gratitude must translate into love for all, and love should translate into action, which is service to all. This is the core three things: gratitude, from which you develop love for everyone, because you may not be able to go back and love the people who loved you and helped you. You won't even know who did this for you in the first place. So how will you show your love, gratitude? No, you cannot. Just hold it in your heart and show love to everyone whom you come across. And then that love must translate into action which is for the benefit of others. Yes, will that action bring you name and fame? Maybe, may not be. Will it bring money and success? Yes, maybe, may not be. But these are all the secondary things. These are not the main things. Main thing is that you're able to express your love in action, which is by helping those who need your help. You may never be able to go back and thank the person who helped you, but you can always pay it forward to somebody who needs your help today. This is the reason why we do what we do, and this is the reason we look after you like our very own, because we really believe that you are very own. We don't believe that you are somebody's child come from somewhere. We truly, truly believe that all of you are our very own. So if we do this for our children, we'll do it for you as well. So this is the true attitude with which we work, which is to express love for everyone, and you should pick this attitude and take it, start practicing it from today. Don't wait for one fine day, someday you'll become big and then you'll practice. No, that such a day never comes. That day is now, and that time is now. This is where it begins. So in every little thing, please develop gratitude for everyone who silently does so many things for us. And every moment your mind slips from this path of gratitude and develops that terrible attitude that I am privileged, I am entitled, I am a boy or girl, I am an intelligent or talented fellow, therefore I deserve all these. The moment these thoughts start entering you, this is a huge corruption of thoughts. You please avoid then and there, because once you allow it to grow in you, it will like weeds, will take over the whole garden. These will kill all the good qualities that are there in you. So make sure that gratitude is never lost. Till you hold gratitude in your heart, you will be a good human being. There is no doubt about it. The day you forget that and start developing these entitlements and privileges kind of ideas, that is the beginning of your ruin. Nobody can stop you from that ruin, not even God. So it's in your hand to look after your own welfare, especially in terms of doing the right thing by holding this value of gratitude always in your heart and doing the very best. When I was a student, first thing I asked when I went to Whitefield, what is the cost of my education, I asked, because it was all free. So somebody in my hostel who was the teacher in charge or room in charge was there. He said, Bhagwan spends 1 lakh rupees on your education per year. That is the average cost. I was stunned. I said, oh, but who gives Bhagwan? He said, devotees give Bhagwan. That motivated me so much. I said, my parents are not paying for it, but some devotee who is not known to me is paying for my education. Mind you, hostel was not free. Even other things were not free, only the education part. But I was so touched. I used to wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning and start studying. They used to tell me, relax a bit. Why are you so serious about it? So what if you wrestle 1 mark or 2 marks less, or you miss a subject or two? It's okay. Calm down. What they say in your language, chill, and in US, chillax now. Don't bother too much. It's okay. I said, how is it okay? Somebody is working for me and paying for my education. It's not even my parents. At least my parents have to do it for me. That's their duty with love, or duty without love. Whatever be the situation, they have to do it for me. I am entitled to my parents' money and parents' care. Because they brought me into the world, that is, they better do it for me. But this is somebody's parent doing it for me. How can I be so casual? Believe you me, I never got gold medal in my life till then. But that one thought changed me. That somebody is doing this for me, not known to me. And doing it quietly, silently, out of love for whatever, Bhagwan, or out of compassion for people like me. And that one thought transformed me. And I would not mind waking up early, sleeping a little less, because I wanted to learn, I wanted to grow, I wanted to mainly make use of the opportunity which has been given to me and not squander it. Unlike many who are there from privileged backgrounds, they had come, they were old-time devotees' children. For them, this education was not important. They could have paid for it anywhere, but their parents had put them in this hostel because it was Bhagwan's hostel. So no, whether they wanted or not, they were studying. They did not have the same attitude. They're quite casual about everything. So I used to wonder, how can people be casual in such a system? Why are they not serious about whatever is being given to them? Why are you not taking everything seriously and working hard? They were like, it's okay, don't worry, you're taking it too seriously. Even if I break a beaker in the chemistry lab, there was a charge for it. If you break a beaker, you will have to pay this much money. So I used to wonder, because we didn't have that kind of money to even replace the cost of a beaker. This gratitude is what I want to drive home, this point. And never forget that somebody out there is continuously, tirelessly, selflessly working for your welfare. Any moment that our mind tries to act up and slips from this very ennobling idea of having gratitude and develops the wrong attitude that I am privileged, I deserve, I am entitled, please correct yourself then and there. And in and around you also, if you see any other students or staff slipping and developing this wrong attitude, please then and there, out of love and concern, not out of trying to show off and that you are more spiritual and superior. No, just out of love and concern, you should go and sit down and have a conversation and say, do you think there is somewhere this little idea has crept in your mind that you deserve all this? If yes, then please try to correct that attitude and go back to this idea of gratitude, that we have received much more than what we have ever given to anybody, isn't it? One day you will give, I know, but today you are only receiving, so much more gratitude should be there. So this idea of gratitude is core, central to very Indian philosophy, because all the time we thank God in our culture. Homas, yajna, yagas, pujas, everything is actually originally was meant only to thank God. No, recently it all has been made into asking God for things, phalashrutis and things like that. But originally the idea was we go back to God every day to thank Him, saying that whatever you have done for us and whatever we know, we do not know, for everything we thank you. And we also seek your forgiveness for all our slips and faults. So that was the only reason why we went to God. Now in recent times everything is begging, asking God also for things, and then trading and business like attitude. I'll do this for God, I did this puja, homa, I spent this much money. Now you make sure that it comes back to me 10 times. So this is not the right attitude. So make sure that in our institution, gratitude rules the place, rules every heart, every mind, every action. And never for a moment we should forget what has been given to us is much more than what we can ever deserve. At material terms also, and at spiritual terms, it's much more that you may not be able to comprehend today. But someday when you are in your retirement age, you'll realize what kind of fundamentals were given to you, which has helped you lead a very stable and fulfilling life. That you will realize later. But at least in material terms, always remember, we have always received more than what we deserve, and therefore we should always carry gratitude in our heart. That should translate into well-being and welfare for all who are around us, as well as who are not known to us. And the best test of your gratitude is when you can do things for people who cannot do anything for you. Even for them, when you do it with all your heart, then I know that you are truly expressing your gratitude. And this will set a chain reaction of gratitude, and that person will pass it on to somebody, and the world will be a better place someday. So with these words, again reminding you that you have a swadharma, you must stick to that, you must work hard, fulfill your destiny, fulfill your purpose, and this place and the situations and the conditions that have been created are just right to do that for every one of you. Keeping that in mind and thanking everybody, especially those who silently work behind the scenes and contribute to all the people's welfare. I can never thank them enough on behalf of all of you. And I have to always tell myself that this is not something that I or he or she could have done it on our own. This is a collective effort of so many people's contributions and compassion. So this truly is that Vishwarupa that we say. The complete world has come together. So always remember that and do the right thing. Blessings.